Welcome in. Fantasy baseball statistics is what we do here. Hardcore fantasy baseball analysis. I, Seeking an edge, getting better. I found an edge, guys. I gotta tell you about this. This is gonna be a little bit more freestyle because I don't even know if I have the answers yet. I'm not gonna hide the ball from you. I'm gonna give you the nugget, and then we'll talk about how I got there. I love launch angle. Launch angle. I was talking about velocity, and I'm looking at velocity. Let's go back to where we were. So much power, and we know we have to be way out in front of power. So I'm trying to differentiate. There's 60 guys with 30 home run power. What kind of power am I buying? What am I buying for swing plane and launch angle and velo? And my hunt for velo brought me back to launch angle. We're going to go through that. We're going to talk about two of our most favorite things, power and speed, of course. So let's just get the speed out of the way first. Let's talk about speed. And this is kind of speed with the intersection of power. I think it's a good thing to go over. This is a really good sort. Get to your fan graphs. Get to your leaders. Oh, mine's freezing up on me a little bit. But I want to sort doubles. I just want to sort doubles by themselves. And the reason I'm doing this because doubles guys, two reasons. Doubles guys can break out when you find your power stroke, when you make an adjustment, your doubles can become home runs. There's that. If you're fast, a lot of singles, a lot of things up the line, a lot of rips, a lot of gap work, you turn into doubles. So the doubles list of Castellanos, Devers, Bogarts, Rendon, these are some guys. Corey Seager, Ozzie Albies. They got to get a little bump for the doubles work that they're doing. Simeon, who we're trying to take serious. Blackman and Merrifield, who I stayed down on. Little bit of doubles work. You know, Blackman can get you 42 doubles with 32 home runs, where Witt was 41 doubles with only 16 home runs. You know, I probably prefer Black there. I'm looking at a Mookie Betts with his 40 doubles. Jorge Polanco, Lindor, Benintendi, McNeil Story. So the doubles list is something to look at on how they turned it around. That's all I'm gonna give you. That's all I'm gonna give you today on double speed. I was saying that I didn't have to. Let's get into barrels. Let's get into Statcast and what I discovered in a little bit of a rabbit hole about how I get back to launch angle. And I thought I didn't have to talk more about what the barrel is, but I do. And the other thing you got to sit in for is I found something on Baseball Savant called swing take analysis and an overall run score. So we're going to go through that. But let's start with this definition of the barrel. To be barreled, a batted ball requires an exit velocity of at least 98 miles per hour. 98. So one of the things I uncover is that average exit velocities of 91, 92 are very good. 93, your Christian Yelich's. I'm happy to see that. Mike Trout can work at 90, 91. How is he doing that? And a real stud like Aaron Judge with the 95 exit velo. But notice, average exit velo is lagging behind barrel exit velo of 98. So these guys don't average exit velocities all the time. A barrel is hit extra hard from what an average guy hits. Let me keep going. At that speed, balls struck with a launch angle between 26 and 30 degrees. Always garner barreled classification. 26 and 30. Huh. So the average barrel, I need to see at least a 10, a 12 for average exit angle or launch angle. 15, 16, these are pure. I've seen some guys specializing at lofting the ball get up to 18, maybe even low 20s, 21, 22, as we'll see later. But again, your average launch angle is not barreled launch angle of 26 to 30, but I do need launch angle. Here is where the twist is, and I might have done it a little bit differently. For every mile per hour over 98, the range of launch angle expands. The example they want to give, a ball traveling at 99 miles per hour always earns a barreled status when struck between 25 and 31 degrees. The difference was opening up the degree range by 1 degree for 1 mile per hour. 1 more mile per hour to reach 100, and the range grows 3 degrees to 24 to 33. So the first thing I was realizing was low line drive power, hard exit velocity, guys that can get the exit velo up but don't have the great launch angle are getting barrels for line drives, for lower things. So that journey, this is the payoff. This is the payoff for you guys. I search average home run distance on Baseball Savant leaderboards under distance. Click on the average distance of the home run. Now these are guys that are hitting the ball really far. Mike Trout leads it at 233 for average distance. We go into Mike Trout. We go into Mikey Trout, his personal page, scattered with red. And we see that his launch angle last season, he went up to 22. 22.2. Mike Trout has mastered the launch angle. His exit velo is only 90.7, but his barrel percentage is 18.6, is elite. Everything across the board is elite. But the key is the extra high launch angle of 22 is helping him work at that slightly lower velo. And then we have something called X-Wobacon. So we talked about X-Woba and X-Woba last time. Just notice X-Wobacon is X-Woba related to only the contact. And Mike Trout is dominant there as well. But here it comes. Stick with me there on launch angle. We're coming back to launch angle. But we got to go down the rabbit hole. Underneath Mike Trout's name on his individual player page, there's a swing take profile. Swing take profile. I've never looked at that. What is that? Let me just check. It says, hold on a second, loading swing take data. And then this diagram pops up. What is this? The payoff for you, the payoff. Even if you black out for the rest of this hardcore statistical analysis, the payoff is underneath Mike Trout's name. He has a plus 58 in run value. I'm looking at this like, what is going on this page? You can find out more. You can go to the green box and it says every pitch is assigned a run value based on its outcome as detailed here. Click on that link and read a bunch of things about pitching and carving up the zone. But I want to get you to just the usable information and the problem that I found. So run value ends up being the name of the game. But I look at this, and now we have a strike zone picture, purple, orange, yellow, gray. They name these. The heart of the plate, the shadow, the chase, and the waist. And these are based on where pitchers want to be, where hit outcomes come from. And the real key, under pitch frequency, something I notice is that it doesn't change. And even though that might seem like something not important, it ended up becoming important to me, that every hitter is facing the same mix. Guys aren't being avoided. You're seeing 25% in the heart, 45% in the shadow, 25% in the chase, and 95% in the waist. But here's the, God, there's so much. Here's the problem. Here's the problem first, the shadow. Because whoever works at Baseball Savant wants the statistics to carve that zone out at 25, 50, 25, 10, or 5. or whatever they want. So they picked a shadow zone to include both on the strike zone and not on the strike zone. The both. But I need the line to be exactly on the zone. There's stuff inside the shadow zone that I want. There's stuff outside the shadow zone that I don't want. I get that the heart is the sweet spot and everybody's got to get in there, but the shadow zone is misleading and terrible. Chase and waste is good for eye, for extreme eye, for how not missing bad stuff, but I needed a break in the shadow. I come across there is swing take. A purple bar, an orange bar, a yellow bar, and a gray bar. And they correspond to this player's propensity to both swing or take a pitch that lands in that zone. Swing or take a pitch. There's a lot of other stats that I'm not going to go too granular to where it's meaningless, but a home run is worth 1.4 runs on this run value score. A home run is worth 1.4. A take is worth something, another hit outcome is worth something, different base states. It goes on forever. But the important part here, there's a gray bar underneath the swing take. That's the league average. And now I get to see my first little piece of information. Is my person swinging more or less than the league average in the zone? Now, Mikey Trout is laying off in the zone at 66%, where league average is 63% swinging in the heart of the plate. So I would want Mike to swing a little bit more to be more productive over the meat. But where he's really strong in the shadow zone, this mixed zone, which I already know is problematic, the league average is 53%. It's swinging in there. Mike only 41. Stingy in that zone. He stays stingy. 24% league average on Chase, not Mike Trout, 13%. 7% league average on waste, not Mike, 2%. Mike doesn't waste. He spits on waste. Now here's this swing runs differential that they have the swing value versus the take value, and then they have them aggregated and summed, but for each zone. And over the heart, okay, Mike is plus 10 swings, minus 13 takes. In the shadow zone, plus 14 swing, plus 4 take. It gets summed. These bars, they mean more to me now because I looked at every player's bars to go through and be like, is there meaning? But the reason StatCast strips me of meaning, I believe, is that shadow zone is broken. We will see that there are some guys that have all their gains from takes, but I need to see power. I'm trying to find out why the power works. So swing take profile, it's just another way to differentiate players. Let me keep going here. We got into the barrel definition. We got into just to reiterate, the low power, the line drive. I started looking at. I wish on the barrel that it wasn't so 1 mile per hour, 1-for-1, or that I could change the range because I want sweet power. I want to look at high end launch angle because low grounder launch angle hit really hard line drives. They could be outs. They could be right into players, into outfielders, into infielders. So I'm going through that, and as I'm trying to differentiate power, I do have to mention, it's unbelievable. I should come back with the name. I'm at 5 players. I should have the 6th player, but in taking my time and seeing who was who, I had to go down further to team narratives, to team run production, to counting stats, because RBIs are higher for guys that have men on in front of them, and runs are higher for guys that have men that can hit behind them, savages in the box. So at some point, team by team narrative has to become part of this conversation because I need RBI and run upside. Knowing speed isn't enough. Knowing home run power isn't enough, and the type of power that I'm getting isn't enough. I need narrative. I need team-specific narrative. So now we touched on one player. We touched on Mike Trout. I just want to analyze one other person on Swing Take. We have average distance of home run. We've got it sorted, and there's three interesting names. Here's some youngsters for you. Joey Gallo's on there. Adam Duvall's on there. But Will Smith, the catcher at the Dodgers, Cavan Biggio, Austin Riley, how are these guys having average distance on home runs when their average exit velo is only 89.5, 88.7 for Cavan Biggio, 89.4 for Austin Riley? Let's see. Click into this man, Will Smith. Go down to his StatCast. There it is. 89.5% is the exit velo, 10% barrel percentage, but the launch angle is 23.7. Sweet, sweet contact. That's because an average launch angle of 15 is low. We learned that the barrel range, back to the definition, oh God, constant updates. The barrel range is 26 to 30, 25 to 31. It's got to be up. So if a guy already lives up, he just has to hit it hard for it to be a barrel. Cavan Biggio, could it be true again? That was Will Smith. Let me go to Cavan. What are you doing, Cavan? What's your launch angle? 20. Launch angle is 20. The average exit velo is 88. He can work. I don't have to do too many more, but let's look at Austin Riley. The launch angles are sweet when they're high. 20.6. So the sweet launch angle jumps out in this roundabout way to go all the way full circle. And I'll go to the contrasting player, Aaron Judge, who I am strongly considering as my number 6 player because of narrative. Aaron averages 95.9 as an average exit velo, approaching what we need for a barrel speed. Back to the definition, was it 90? What did they ask for? 98. So Aaron just lives at it. Why doesn't Aaron have slightly more power that we really want? The launch angle. He started his career at 20, 15.8, 12.4, 11.4. No, Aaron, the launch angle is coming down. And as much as I like the barrel percentage of a 20, it's cheating because it's hard, low contact. But man, his hard hit, the ex-Wobacon, the situational, the exit velos, there's all reason to love Aaron. Want to get more information? Check out the Swing Take on his individual player page on Baseball Savant, and you get an idea of what Aaron's doing. He's got a plus 24 run value. He's league average in the heart. He's 48%. He's only 40% in the shadow. 53% is the league average. So he's taking a little bit. He's stingy on the chase. He's stingy on the waist. But this is the part I don't like. He's -7 swing runs. I use some of this data to work back and to see why, what this metric could tell me about the stats. And I just I don't think he can be a -17 in the shadow. And what's happening is I'm getting some of the foul balls that are out, and I'm missing some of the good contact that's in. And it's distorting an ex-Wobacon of .561 for Aaron Judge in a great situation. Let me just contrast Aaron with another player talking about narrative, and it's Mookie Betts. Hard hit, 95 mile per hour plus sort. Rafael Devers, LeMahieu, Abreu, and then Mookie Betts with 235. That's a lot of hard hit. Let me see how he's doing it. Let me tell myself a little something about Mookie. Mookie Betts, the run god. Mookie is the run god. What I discovered on Mookie, on his swing take profile, and if you look at his career statistics, Mookie is light in the heart of the plate, only 66% to a 73% league average over the heart. In the shadow, he's spinning on things. Only a 43%, 10% below league average, 9% below league average on chase and waste. His take runs are plus 43, giving him a plus 41 run value, higher than what we saw for Judge. And if we just get a look at what's happening with Mookie, he could steal more, but he doesn't want to. His walk rate is approaching his strikeout rate. His doubles are high. Everything is high. The plate discipline is becoming more stingy. He's just getting on base. He's just getting on base. Why would he waste it on a run or be over aggressive? And if we go to his individual player page, under not career splits, game logs, go to StatCast, go to batting, and here's where another breakthrough is made on plate discipline. I believe that StatCast is calling zone swing, and zone contact the heart of the plate. Mookie is 92.1 on zone contact, but the chase and the chase contact is probably the chase from the chase zone on chase that they call chase. So if we come over and we look at where Mookie's being stingy, his chase is down to just 18%. And he still makes contact when he goes out there. So I believe that the swing take zone profile could shed some light on the plate discipline profile. You would hope. You would hope. We still aren't sure exactly what the edge is. The edge might be waste. The edge might be a blend of zone and chase. It's hard to know. There's a whiff, there's a meatball. Is meatball center? Meatball versus meatball swing? So there's still some mysteries on the Savant. Mookie will continue to be a run god. I had to go through that average home run distance, average exit velo. There's one more thing. It's what do these stats tell me? Under average exit velo, if I sort by average to get the highest average, hard ground balls, it's just interesting to see. You know, Christian Yelich hits hard ground balls at 90.6, but Joey Gallo doesn't. Joey Gallo, if it's a grounder, he missed it. He missed it at a tune of just a 78 miles per hour. Let's see what Joey's doing. Joey's got launch angle. It just slipped out of me. Joey, I think I just saw launch angle in the 20s. Joey's got launch angle in the 20s. If it's low, he doesn't get much of it. So I'm switching to launch angle. I'm buying launch angle now. It's just another piece. Going into swing take data and just seeing if a player is stingy, I can tell you about guys that are aggressive, like Tatis Jr., how he stays in the heart of the zone. This was just a segment. This was a rabbit hole. This is fantasy baseball statistics, power and speed. Keep it locked in. Shout out to the new subscribers. Shout out to the community. I hope you're enjoying it. Give me some podcast recommendations. Tell me if you're looking at swing take. We're getting granular. We have to be out in front of power. Holler back.